Howdy, howdy, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Paint. I'm your host, Trooper6, and we're back with Kaiju Gengar. And I did make an executive decision to go with the gray, with the stone gray from Army Painter. But I'm thinking I might go with the black. The problem is we would have to let all that dry now. Yeah. Yeah, that's a shame for the stone gray. I don't know, something, right? We're gonna go with Black Legion because that is darker, thicker, heavier than our Black Templar. Of course, it's Black Legion. So we're gonna slap this all over it. And if it doesn't work, guess what? I can always go back over it with that stone gray. But right here, we're going to see a pretty good side-by-side comparison on which direction we want to take this. So we might as well. It's a good chance to experiment. And you guys could try shit like this too. You're not sure what color you want? Why don't you put it on both sides, see what you want to do. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to go with the black. I can already feel that this is the right way to go. You could just see that. Now, I could really work with this stone gray and try to pull something wicked with it. But no. My gut instinct is telling me to keep going with this Black Legion, so we are going to. We are going to keep that up. And the problem with models like this, as you see, I keep having to turn it, because I got to be able to see all the recesses and the different sides of it. It gets crazy. And then, of course, you keep going, and you're like, ah, shit, I missed a spot. Because there's this big fat gray thing sticking out at you. Or it's hiding behind something. And that always drove me nuts. If I ever put a Mini on the turntable, and it's turning, it's spinning, we looking, there's gray. There's a spot I missed. It's quite annoying. And this thing is impressive. This print. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. It's a shame that you guys won't see this for another few months. But I am that far ahead now. And that's exactly where I wanted to be, was this far ahead that, I could buy myself some time. Because I actually had caught up to myself, more or less. I wasn't able to paint, annoyingly. So I damn near caught up with myself, and I was like, oh, that can't happen. That can't happen, because what if something happens and I can't paint? Then I've run out of material. Then I've run out of content for you guys. And that's not cool. I don't want any dead spots in the channel, honestly. I really don't. We're not JonTron. We can't get away with that. And I swear, JonTron really can get away with that. That dude disappears for months at a time and posts, and bam. And we flock like birds. But you know what? That's because he's funny as shit. I've always loved his stuff. I do miss when he was doing his games. I really do. Had a whole different feel to it. It felt more personal. And I know he always wanted to grow, move on, do other things. There's more to life than just the gaming. It's kind of like how I don't post only painting on the channel. I do have my narratives, which I haven't recorded one in quite a while. I need to do that. I've probably said that before. It's always tricky, though, when it comes to stuff like that, because this is primarily a painting channel, and then you have stuff like that. And I kind of don't want to even waste my time if no one's really enjoying it. But even if that one person is enjoying it, it really does make me want to keep going. And the music has changed. We are now on to the Kanto region of some Pokemon Lo-Fi. And honestly, I don't think I'm going to bother. I got black on the tongue. Whatever. I don't think I'm going to bother putting links, because you can look it up, and there's 100 different lo-fis out there, for any of this stuff. So you guys do your thing. Find your own. I'll give you a hint. The one that I'm watching has Pikachu in a grass field. Well, in some grass next to a path and a fence and a house up on the hill. If you could find that, that's what I'm listening to. Who knows? I'm probably going to put the goddamn thing in there because it's, why not? Why not, dude? I threw other people in there for like the Mega Man stuff. I might as well because somebody worked hard on this. So my apologies. I will throw you guys on there. Both of them. Hindsight for the Johto and the Kanto. You guys can listen to the exact stuff that I'm listening to. This is also the stuff that me and my wife would play Pokemon to, which I did bring for show and tell. I did bring some Pokemon cards over. They're in this Premier Ball. We can get to that later. That has my personal deck in there. That is my deck. No one else can play it. And yes, it is a Psychic deck. I think Psychic has always been my favorite. I don't even know if it was like my secret favorite or something like that. It's always been a favorite of mine, and I have custom sleeves that I had gotten done, and honestly, there is no one to shout out or mention or whatever. You can go on Amazon and get some custom sleeves anywhere. And I got it so long ago that I honestly can't remember, and I am not going to dig around and find it. I'm just not going to do that. So you can see how this black is really, really going, and it's starting to make him pop a little bit more. The gray probably would have done just a fine job with it too, but I wanted just a bit of a harsher contrast to make him pop, and the black is always a great route to go. Excuse me, because you can't get much darker than the black, right? There is a material out there that it's so black that it absorbs light, and it doesn't really reflect. It doesn't really reflect the light, and I can't remember the name of it, but I'm like, ooh. And that's what I had used when I was writing my own Batman story. Yes, I have a Batman story. It's four books or four comics, not issues, 4 books. It's amazing, and if anybody wants me to write it, tell DC to publish it, because they don't take unsolicited material, and I don't have time for that right now. So it was quite fun, and that would be the black material that I would have for him, because, good Lord, it's Batman. Why wouldn't he use that, He is ninja. Ninja, ninja, bat, ninja, ninja, bat. Yeah, I went there. Oh, man. And I almost apologized, and I was like, you know what? No. Speaking of which, okay, so I was watching Angry Video Game Nerd. Love you, man. He was doing a review for Ninja Turtles 3, the movie. And he was going down the list of it, like his top 10 or top 5 hated lines in that movie. And the number 1, I actually laughed because it is something I use all the time. Help, I'm a turtle and I can't get up. That is me. I use it. I'm that guy. Anytime I fall and I'm on my back and I'm feeling silly, I flail about with my legs and arms just like Donatello. I'm pretty sure it was Donnie. And I'm like, help, I'm a turtle and I can't get up. Because when I was a kid, it made me laugh. It did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Rolf. I'm so sorry. It made me laugh. And I love that line. And I use it. It broke my heart. But it made me laugh so much that he was like, and this is the number 1 dumbest line ever. I'm like, oh, poop. There were dumb lines in that movie. You had to pick that one? Alright, fair enough. Because, yeah, it is a dumb movie. It is very much a kid's movie. And not even in, like, the kind of the fun sense, I guess. I don't know. Wasn't the best done, but, yeah, whatever. It's what I had as a kid, man. But I will say, and even in a proud way, that Ninja Turtles 1 has always been my favorite out of the movies. It's the best. You know? They have the best, more or less, animatronics. Uh, the best fight scenes. In my opinion, the best humor. And the best tone. I love the fact that it was actually a dark movie. Not even just visually or anything like that. It was actually a dark movie. And I adore it. You know, Oroku Saki. He had Splinter chained to a wall. Sam Rockwell. A young Sam Rockwell is in it. It's hard to beat that. You had the first April O'Neil. I'm sorry, ma'am. I can't remember your name. I'll put you in name right there. I love you. I love you. You're so great. And I heard even reports that they want to bring her back for the adaptation of Ninja Turtles Ronin. And honestly, that is one of the best ideas I've ever seen out there. Please, please. I can't wish for it enough. She's always been my favorite. No offense to the second lady. Here you too. I just felt like they didn't give you much to work with there. If that was the case. That, and why did we go from like a blonde to a brunette? Nah, it doesn't really matter, but I don't know. I didn't get it. I always loved the original April O'Neil. I felt like she had much more of an attitude. That was probably fitting for it. If you're going to be, especially if you're going to have a love interest with somebody like Casey Jones, I feel like you kind of need to be a tough bitch. And not a bitch in a negative way. You know? As my wife, she can be a tough bitch. And she's amazing. I would never, ever, ever use the bitch term in a negative manner with her. Other people would, but that's where I go. That's my bitch. Because, my God, she's amazing, dude. She's amazing. Love seeing that little furrowed brow. Just yeah, I get on her nerves. Not too much. Not too much. She's either grown accustomed to it, or I've softened. I don't know. I love to annoy people sometimes. Sometimes. I'm not that asshole to just be obnoxiously annoying all the time to everyone for no fucking reason. Those people, no. Those are special cases, and we don't have time for people like that. But damn, we've spent almost another entire episode just painting one thing. And that's okay. We've covered a lot of ground today. Talking lo-fi, talking JonTron, Cinemassacre, Ninja Turtles. I even talked about, damn, I don't know how my brush is going to get to that. It's not long enough. And I don't have one of my curved ones. Damn. I'll figure it out later. We're painting. Painting. Now it just sounds like I'm saying Peyton. Like Peyton Manning or something. I wish I had a different name to say other than Manning. But honestly, that is the first and probably the only example of the name Peyton that I have in my brain. It's definitely not something I would have chose for my kids. Chosen. So I get on my wife about grammar. I might as well stay on myself about it. Grammar and words is. Words. I don't know. I am notorious for creating words too. We'll get the inside of the mouth. We're only at 14. We're doing okay. Might even be able to start on the tongue. But we got to get all up in his mouth. I don't know what I'm doing, guys, all right? Sometimes you got to have fun. And I'm having so much fun right now. I don't know if you can tell. I can tell. I'm having a blast with this one. I'm so happy to finally get to it. Just trying to make sure I could see back there. And see if that was gray or if that's just, all right, yeah. Or if that was just spots or wet spots that are glistening. Glistening. Whew, man, this brush got all kinds of fucked up. But that's okay. We're not here to take care of these brushes. They were cheap. They were cheap little $5 packs. At least I wait for them to be $5. And that's all we got to do. So what do you say with the remaining 4 minutes, we start with the tongue. And we're going to go with corn red. I thought about going with glistening blood. I really did. And we'll see what corn red does. Because it's not going to have the glow or the glistening effect. But it's okay. I always liked the idea that he would have this gross-ass tongue that was really vibrant, you know? That just kind of stuck out there. Because he is a ghost, but then I figured this just all too realistic tongue just came right out. And it makes me wonder who Gengar is supposed to be a ghost of. Like, of course, he's a real good candidate for Chansey. I'm sure there's some official shit out there and whatnot, and I couldn't care less right now. Right now, we're speculating for the fun of it. So you can fact check me and even drop the facts in the comments. That's fine. I'd love to know for sure, because you know I'm not going to look it up after this. My wife might. She's the Google queen. She'll look shit up for me. I won't. I'll just sit there and go, I wonder. And then I move on. Because who the fuck cares? If it was that important, I would have looked it up. Or if I was that curious, and you would know. But anyway, now that I've forgotten what I'm talking about. Right. When I see something like this, with this big fat tongue that any woman would love, it makes me go, who the hell would you have been? And I can't help but think Lickitung. And I've always loved Lickitung. Always loved him. He's just such a weird concept. Why are you going to have this weird ass pink thing with this big fat fucking tongue that's flopping out there? I don't get it. I don't get it, man. But hey, it's from Japan. It's not exactly for me to understand, I guess. Japanese culture has always been an interesting mystery to me. But like JonTron said, you know, it's like there was a movie with Tom Hanks where he was stuck on an island with a ball. A ball! Give him a few thousand years and that thing will have some tentacles coming out of it too. I'm like, you know, you're probably right. I really don't understand how certain cultures develop the way they do. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. How did they go from whatever they are, samurai and honor and everything, to the kawaii? Whatever they call it, or however they pronounce it. How did we get there? Can someone explain? How the hell did we get to go from the samurai and their total not exactly noble ways? Don't let fucking Hollywood convince you otherwise. To stuff like Pokemon. I want to say it was World War II that did it. Once we basically neutered them, they were just like, okay, I sigh. But honestly, if that wasn't the case, I wouldn't be surprised either. And not to say that America actually neutered anybody. You know, we've neutered ourselves enough. That one you can't deny. Whew! Look at that big, fat, ugly tongue. Mm-mm-mm. And we're at 20 minutes, so you know what? Let's call it here. We'll actually have a 20-minute episode for once. Jesus Christ. Love you guys. May the Void Father guide your brush. May Atch Ketchum guide all your Pokeballs. And I'll see you guys on the next round. Peace.